It's Michael with Elders for Sound Democracy. One of the reasons I'm going to be voting on November the 8th is to support public education. I'm really ticked off at all the attacks that teachers and school administrators and school boards are confronting by folks who basically never cracked a book when it comes to understanding what it takes to educate young people. And I know something about this. I've looked into the curriculum of schools of education. And if you get better than a B plus average at just about any school of education, you're going to have worked your tail off to get that professional degree. So you're deserving of respect. And I'm looking to vote for politicians that understand the importance of public education.
I'm Judith, and as you can obviously see, I'm an elder. I've been regularly voting for over 60 years, since when I looked like this. Making your vote heard and voting is more difficult now for everybody, which is why I'm asking you and others, please, please vote to protect our democracy. I'm speaking for Elders for a Sound Democracy.
If you're between 18 and 30, I have questions for you. Are you wondering if you will ever be able to afford to own your own home or to raise a family? If you are a woman and or a minority, are you furious that your basic rights are continually being taken away from you? Are you disgusted with members of Congress only who seem to be looking out for themselves? You see, many of them don't share your values and your dreams. We elders can work with you to kick them out when we each vote. Identify those that support your values and then vote for them in November. We will join you, and together we will change the course of America.
Hello, I'm Kay Sarver, and I am an elder. And here's a photo of me, as we were encouraged to show, taken 51 years ago. This was a passport photo, and no, I never used it. But I'm here really to talk about the importance of voting. I believe that our democracy is struggling and in peril. And I believe that it is imperative that we take on this right to vote. In the state of Texas, measures have been taken to make it more difficult for people to vote. Voter suppression. Clearly, that says that voting is important. So, get registered if you aren't, and go vote. I support Elders for a Sound Democracy. eldersaction.org. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm an elder. That means I'm an old guy. But I didn't always look this way. Here's a picture from 1966. I remember some advice that my dad gave me when I got out of high school. He told me, don't let anyone steal from you while you're not paying attention. That was a pretty good tip. So I'm passing it along to you, and especially to those of you who are young, like I was back then. It's really important these days because something may have been taken from you without your even realizing it. I'm talking about your right to vote. We've got some politicians out there who really, really don't want you to cast a ballot. They're afraid that you might not vote for them. So they've done all kinds of things to make it hard to vote. And their new laws and regulations seem to be working, because now a lot of young people think that voting is a big hassle, just isn't worth it. That is not good. Of course, you may be thinking, well, no big deal. I'm not into politics anyway. Listen, that is a trap. Don't fall for it. Don't give up your right to choose a candidate who looks at the world the way you do, whose opinions you agree with. Bottom line, it's important that you register to vote and then actually cast a ballot in the next election. Here's something to consider. You've probably heard a lot about Ukraine lately. You've probably seen videos of young people putting their lives on the line for the right to choose their own leaders. Think about that. Think about voting, and then vote.
My name is Jane, and I am an elder. I am working with Elders for Sound Democracy Texas. This year is a particularly important election. No, there is nobody running for president this year, but all of our Congress members in Texas are up for election. All of our legislators are up for election. Our governor is up for elections. And this is a really, really important election in many ways to protect and ensure that all of our policies that protect our democracy are in place, and that we don't erode our democracy any further. This election is really important because there are a bunch of people out there who don't want you to vote. Now, if you're like me, if you tell me I can't do it, I'm going to at least say why not. And then I'm going to say, well, how can I do it? If this election weren't so darn important, there wouldn't be people trying to get you not to vote. So our strategy is to tell you what the lay of the land looks like, when to vote early, and what will happen also on election day and where you can go to vote.
Hi, I'm here to talk to you about voting rights in Texas, or rather, the restriction of those voting rights. This is me in 1977. Back then, I could care one way or the other about my voting rights. But today, I'm worried and angry. I often feel powerless, and maybe like you, I say to myself, my vote doesn't matter. I feel strongly that certain legislators would love to hear me say that. New voting legislation in Texas includes these changes: bans on 24-hour voting, bans on drive-through voting. Now simple errors can make your mail-in ballot invalid. It is now a crime for officials to send you an unsolicited mail-in ballot, and many other restrictive measures targeting minorities and the disadvantaged. It may feel that our single vote doesn't count, but if we all vote, it counts on a collective level. I've read stories where candidates win or lose by just a handful of votes. There are lots of resources out there to get more information on all of this and to take part and to participate. I'm a member of the Elders Action Network, www.eldersaction.org. Remember, you can make a difference. Thanks for watching.